Hey everybody, welcome to the call or to the recording. We're really stoked to have you listening in to us tonight. My name is Noreen Macdonald. I am a naturopath and a health practitioner. Been in the wellness industry for around 20 years. I'm super passionate about health and I'm really excited because tonight on the call I've got my dear friend Natalie Baldock, who's a real food coach. She's actually a little bit of an author as well, and she's an international speaker, and she knows her stuff around food. So Nat has been for me a great inspiration in my life. We went to high school together, and it wasn't until a couple of years ago that we reconnected. And what inspired me to reach out to Nat was I was seeing all these fabulous posts on Facebook that she was doing all about food and smoothies and yoga and just general awesome stuff, which I was and am totally into as well. So we've kind of teamed up tonight and we wanted to bring to you guys and girls that are listening to this some of our top tips as sort of health and wellness people about the basics of vital health. So I'll be honest, in my clinic, people obviously come to me not when they're feeling so vital, which is why it's really funny when they walk through the door, go, "Hi, how are you?" And they go, "Well, obviously not great, otherwise I probably wouldn't be here." So vital health is something that is the top level. It's kind of, for me, I think of vital health as in the absolute, when you're bursting with goodness and you're feeling really energized and you feel on the game and on the ball and your bodily systems are working properly. So I think that all of us can feel that way, but there's obviously things that we can do to help our bodies to get there. So I'm going to introduce the beautiful Nat Baldock, who's going to share with you her wisdom on this. So Nat, we would love to hear from you. Welcome.
Hi everyone, how are you? So this is really exciting. It's really exciting to simplify nutrition. And what I love about what I do each and every day is that I have learned how to simplify nutrition for anybody who wants to reduce systemic inflammation or any kind of inflammation in their body. And if we actually know what disease is in essence, it is a form of inflammation in the body or an inflammatory load. So what we want to do is learn how to reduce inflammation so the body starts to work correctly and the body starts to heal itself. So as a food coach, I went on this crazy, amazing journey with ill health to good health. And that was a very long period of time in my life. That was from my teenage years right through till I was 26 to 28 years old, when I kind of decided that a plant-based diet was probably one of the healthiest ways to actually reduce inflammation in my body. But then when I reached 34, I had an even more exciting transformation within my body. I started to realize that if I got the plants and the combinations right within my body, I could have incredible energy and vitality each and every day. Now, as a 42, nearly 43-year-old mother of one beautiful, very energetic boy, as a mum, I just really want to be the very, very best version for him. And I really want to be the very best version for all my clients as well, so they have got something to aspire to be. So I wanted to share with you what I do and how I teach my clients each and every day to live a vital life. So number one, I always make sure that everyone's breathing. Breath is the first primary food. So, doing a little bit of a yoga practice or running along the beach and getting that fresh air in your lungs, or actually sitting down to meditate every day and doing 10 to 30 minutes a day of breath work and really pulling the energy into your gut and the breath into your gut will help reduce inflammation at the basis of our nervous system, because the nervous system, I believe, really starts in the gut. And we've got a very complex neurological network in the gut that actually speaks to our brain. So when we breathe, we digest well. So this is really important to understand. Second thing to understand is good quality water source. Our body's 60 to 80% water at any one time. And just like the planet Earth is exactly the same, when we aren't naturally hydrated, we can't reduce inflammation. So one of the things that reduces inflammation dramatically is being hydrated. So the correct water source is really what the water sources that I believe in are rainwater and rainwater tanks, and also running tableland sources of water and spring water. So if you can get your hands on some really good quality water and put that in your body each and every day, you're going to be far better off. Now, if by chance you have to have tap water, make sure it's filtered with a very good system. And if not, one of the tips that I give to people is why not put it into proper blue glass bottles and get 6 or 7 of these, fill them all up and chuck them on the back lawn in the sun, and the sun will do its magic to retrain that water to have energy again. Crazy as it sounds, scientifically proven, it is really, really different to the tap water, to the transformation out on the back lawn. Okay, so 2 things. Third thing that I think is really essential is to understand that a plant-based diet will give you the nutrients you need for reduction of inflammation and to service the body with amazing, amazing nutrition, as in micronutrients and macronutrients. So when you eat things like wheat and yeast and gluten and processed dairies and processed sugars and processed foods, and processed meats, what we see is inflammatory load on the body. So we see dis-ease occur in the body. So when we reduce those things or eliminate some of those things, we see a reduction of inflammation. But then when we apply a very, very heavy-based, plant-based diet, we see incredible transformation. So when I say this, I mean, how could you best get as many servings of fruits and vegetables in your body each and every day? And what does that actually mean? Well, I believe 7 to 13 cups of raw fruit and veg every day is essential for healing. So that could look like a juice in the morning, so lots and lots of veggies, green veggies, maybe half a lemon, half an apple to sweeten it. And that is a very low sugared juice. So that's really healthy. It's very highly alkalizing, which means reduction of inflammation or inflammatory load. And then maybe having a smoothie. Have a smoothie with avocado and banana and lots of greens in it, or have a beetroot and berry smoothie with macadamia nut milk and a really good quality whole food protein formula, something like the Juice Plus Complete that we all recommend because it is such a high quality source of balanced nutrition in each and every sachet. And so then maybe having a salad for lunch and veggies for dinner, like a bone broth with tons of veggies. I mean, it's winter now, it's getting cold. So the things that we can do to really, really help our body reduce in inflammatory load is to eat more plants each and every day. Now, when I speak like that, people go, oh my gosh, that's a crazy amount of plants. And why isn't there any bread or pasta or rice in that? Why isn't there, any like meat in that? Why is she not talking like that? Well, the thing is, when you eat a lot of plants each and every single day, you can afford to eat a little bit of meat. You can afford to eat a little bit of dairy in your coffee. You can afford to have a little bit of wine on the weekends. But if you treat your body harmoniously and you eat the foods that God put on the planet for us to eat in the first place, the body responds to that beautifully, because everything is proven through history. If plants have existed on the planet for millions of years, we should eat them. And if you look at some of the foods that have been introduced and then not here today, people might see them as a fad food and not eat them for too many months or too many years. This isn't classified as food. So when we go to the supermarket, one of the best tips I can give you is get out of the aisles and go round the outside. Round the outside, you've got your fresh produce, you've got your fresh meat, you've got your fresh dairy, your yogurts and some cheeses. And that's where I would stay. Maybe you have to duck down the aisles for toilet paper or some cleaning products, but that's about it. And really some nuts and seeds added into that mix too. And then really that's a great place to start. So that's a great tip. Another tip to take it to the next level, which I find most people have the greatest shift with, is shop at the markets. Go to the farmers markets. Shop where the produce is picked from the farm and brought to market within 24 to 48 hours. That is always a great next step. The reason being is because when things are vine ripened and picked at the peak of ripeness, you've got all the nutrition stored in the fruit. So it's a higher quality source of fruits and vegetables. Okay, another tip. is eat green and clean. So eat as many green plants to fill your body full of mineral nutrition and chlorophyll as you possibly can. This will open up the lungs, and it will absolutely send enough mineral nutrition around the body to peak your immune system. So we all know that green smoothies are all the rage, green juices are all the rage, minty madness, acai berry bowls are all the rage. So the thing is, right, there's a reason for the rage, and that is just a way to get that green stuff in your body when you can't be bothered eating it and chewing it because you're not a fan of green vegetables. And if you're that type of person, this might be a really easy way to do it. But I promise you, if you do green juices and green smoothies every single day for a couple of weeks, you probably feel like a green salad in 2 weeks. So that's a great step. The next thing is to add a rainbow to your diet every day. Add a rainbow by making sure that you get a variety of colour in your fruits and vegetables added to your day. If you want to do a green salad, a green smoothie and green juice every day, and maybe a bone broth and green veggies at night time, just make sure you've got a bit of extra colour in that as well. Have yourself a kiwi fruit, not a kiwi fruit, have yourself something that's, like a melon or a pineapple or peaches or a banana, or, make sure you have a bit of sweet potato or, purple potato or something. Just throw some colour in there so you've got a variety of nutrition, because our nutrition comes from the colour of the fruits and vegetables. Okay, and the last thing that I think is really, second last thing actually, that I think is really important is to sit and eat your food with presence. And it's one of the biggest things that changes people's digestion and gives you a vitality and energy beyond measure. And that really is to sit and enjoy your food with those you love, or to sit and eat that food on your own and be present with the mastication that happens in your mouth, with the digestion that happens in your body, and feel if that food is harmonious within you, and feel if it feels good when you eat it. If you feel sick or tired, stop eating it. Listen to your body. And if the food makes you feel alive and you love it and it's tasty and it's gorgeous, you're not getting to that point of feeling sick and full and disconnected and cloudy, then that's a really great food source that you have chosen. Last but not least, I am a massive, massive believer that you need a whole food supplement in a modern world. Now, for those of you who don't know, I might be a real food coach trained under the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, but that came about because I have been around the Juice Plus company for over 8.5 years now. And Juice Plus is a company that actually educates people on whole food nutrition alongside of a very simple whole food formula regime. And the reason why I have stayed with this company for so long is because not only are we teaching people that they do need to supplement in a modern world, but we're also teaching people that eating a plant-based diet with a little bit of meat and a little bit of nuts and seeds, and actually having something that's a simple diet, natural to the land, is actually the best way for us to simplify our lives and our health. So I take whole food concentrate Juice Plus. It is, 30 different servings of fruits and vegetables in a capsule. It's vine ripened, and it's been pulped and dehydrated, where the enzymes have not been lost, because the process is a very, very incredible process that doesn't allow any degradation of those nutrients. And I've been taking this supplement for 8.5 years, and it's changed my life. When I started taking it, for the first time in my life, I had excellent skin health. For the first time in my life, I had excellent women's health, and we won't go any further than that because there may be some men that listen to this call. But the thing is, it changed everything for me. And what it made me realize is that I didn't have the volume, variety, or quality of nutrition in my diet to sustain the amount of energy output that I gave to the world. So this was just like this seesaw effect that was so incredible, this incredible seesaw effect that allowed me to understand that the more plant-based nutrition I put in my body, the more variety and the better the quality was the key to reducing inflammation and having a vital life. So I've had Juice Plus in my body for 8.5 years, and I haven't been sick. in this time. I may have had a few things pop up, but my body deals with it really efficiently now. I also take whole food concentrate complete every day, which is a whole food formula. It's a meal. It's not a meal replacement, and it's not a protein powder. It is a real meal that I just add to every single smoothie, and it is a fully comprehensive array of nutrients that gives me maximum energy. So I love the combination of whole food concentrate Juice Plus alongside of my Juice Plus Complete. And the most exciting thing is that we now as a company, Juice Plus, have a whole food omega blend with 3, 5, 6, 7 and 9 that we are adding to our product list mid this year. And that means our nervous health is going to be supremely supported alongside of our gut health and alongside of our immune health. Now, if you know anything about how the body works, immune health, gut health and nervous health create what we call as the vitality triangle. So when you get this down pat in a supplement regime and you learn how to eat to support those three systems, this is when we see extreme health and vitality, which is just living your best life as long as possible. So I guess that's my top tips, Northern. I hope you like that.
Awesome. We love that. Thanks heaps, babe. I completely, she's pretty much stolen all my material. I absolutely am on board with absolutely everything that you've said. And I'm just going to add a couple of things that have really helped me on my journey as well to become more vital. And I'm a similar age to Nat, slightly younger. So I'm turning 42 in a couple of months. And I'm going to be honest with you, I feel more vital now than I ever have in my entire life. So what's that been due to? It's been due to exactly what Nat's just talked about, really focusing in on those different aspects of health and bringing them together produces this lovely synergy in your body. I absolutely promote and take and will, keep loving Juice Plus until I die. My whole family's on it. It's a fantastic whole food concentrate, and we have a lot of science behind it, which coming from a science background, that was important to me. But it's really how it feels. It makes me feel alive, and there's an intelligence in plants that gets passed into our body. And I went to a really interesting talk on Saturday with this very, very knowledgeable lady, and she was talking about how our chemistry in the body is determined, like our blueprint is determined by our DNA. And how actually the chemistry in the body is matched by the chemistry in plants. So it's like a lock and key effect. Plants can unlock our bodies into health. And I love that concept. It's pretty simple. So the only thing I would add is that for me, vital health starts with you putting yourself first. It's really important. If you're at the bottom of the list in your family, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to have vital health, because you have to put yourself first to actually love yourself enough to go, oh, I'm actually going to come first and think about my health first, instead of the husband and maybe the 1 to 3 kids and the dog and the cat and the fish. It's so important. So you first is my top tip, number 1. Secondly, how do we put all these things that we kind of know of and all the beautiful things Nat's talked about, how do we actually put them into action? And it actually was beautiful Nat who shared with me a thing called a weekly audit, which is where you grab your week. And I know it sounds quite regimented and boring, but I tell you what, this thing can transform your life and help you put all this into your daily regime. So you get your week and you get your days and you get the time that you want to wake up at the beginning of your weekly audit right to the time that you want to go into bed. And you fill out the squares. You can do it in half an hour slots, 15-minute slots, whatever you want. And into that weekly audit, you can then put the things that you need and you want to be doing to help you to get onto the road of vital health. So personally for me, that includes my menu planning. That goes in first. That goes in on a Sunday afternoon for me. I write up all my menu for the week and my shopping list, and then I go and get my food. So I'm organised for my working week. Now, we have a beautiful resource which Nat has written, which is called the How to Plate Up book. I absolutely love it because it's formulated to nourish that vitality triangle, exactly what she was just talking about. It's incredibly intelligent but simple system that we have as a tool. So reach out to us or whoever sent you this recording to help you to get that copy of that beautiful book. She's so graciously donated to humanity. So menu planning goes in, and then all the stuff you kind of should be doing, but you're not. So put in there. Okay, like my weekly audit I've just done, I know it's hard, it's winter, but getting up at 6:30 for me, Nat knows I'm not a morning person, but I have been getting up at 6:30, and in there goes my half an hour yoga. I'm a busy mum, I'm a yoga instructor, but I'm sick of doing the stuff I know. So I joined an online community called Yoga Anytime, where I've got yoga instructors beaming through the intelligence of Wi-Fi with pre-recorded videos, absolutely loving it. And I do my meditation, so I'm centered before I wake my son up. I know what I'm having for breakfast because it's on my weekly planner. I know what he's having for breakfast. Usually for us, that's a complete smoothie. And we take our Juice Plus. That's our daily ritual in the morning. We have our lemon juice with warm water. Well, I do. He's not so much into it because he's 6. And then it goes on to where's the exercise fitting in? That goes into your weekly audit. And I've worked out when you do this, life becomes flowing and easy because you're coming first and you've got a slot in your timetable for everything, right? So vitality becomes more easy because you're actually ticking off so many genres of health, right? Family time could go in there for weekends or whatever. Things that you might be passionate about that you're not just doing for yourself yet, whether that's singing or whether it's, walking on the beach or learning a language. Your gratitude can go in there. So you get where I'm coming from. Think about all the things that you know and want to have you being vital, and then put it into your weekly audit, and then just try it, guys. Because I tell you what, it's really helped me to transform into a more vital version of myself. And I'll be honest, the biggest excuse that I hear in my clinic with my clients is, I just don't have time to be healthy. And I'm sorry, I'm calling BS on that. And I'm calling a complete lack of organisation. Organisation is the key to getting your health back on track. It's not going to fall in your lap. Nobody's going to do it for you, unfortunately. So if you can go, I'm first, I'm getting organised, I'm loving myself enough to do all these things. I've got my audit, I've got all those things that Nat just said. I'm going to order my Juice Plus, get the How to Plate Up, and work with people like us and the person who invited you to this call with our programs and our products, because we're here, guys and girls, to spread love and to inspire people to grab their health and take hold of it with their own 2 hands, not from the doctor's hands or your naturopath's hands, even though I'm a naturopath, and sorry if you're a naturopath and you're watching this. But we're always looking externally for the answer. We're always looking for somebody else to fix us. You know what? It doesn't happen. Your greatest healer, guess what? Who it is? It's you. Right? It's you and all of those beautiful things that you know that you can do for yourself. So that's it pretty much from me as well. Now, have you got anything you want to add to that, Dylan?
I think it's beautiful, Noz. I love the fact that you always connect it back to the spiritual and the emotional side of why we need to eat plants. I think it's really important to understand that there are so many ways to look at this, but plant-based nutrition and whole food concentrate Juice Plus really is a really simple solution for a very busy world. Humanity is needing us to really educate people on the simplicity of healing. I think if everyone knew this secret, there'd be no choices around what to do next. So I think this is a beautiful way. I love the fact that we can share this video with people from this point, and I think we should. I think we really should, Noz. I mean, it's about time that you and I got together and started doing more stuff like this together, because you are an incredible naturopath, and I know, and of course, I love what I do in food. So I think we need to just get this message out there more often. And if you're one of those people at home that's listening now, I just want to say it's a lot easier than you think. We complicate health. And we do look outside of ourselves, and we need to feel food for the first time. We need to feel what health feels like when we go for a walk and breathe in fresh air. We need to feel what it feels like when we do meditation. We need to feel what it feels like when we hang out with the right people and have freedom and have an income that matches that. You know, so look, Noz, I'm very keen to talk to anybody that really wants to, you know, learn more about this message. But I think it's time for people to hear this.
Yeah, totally agree, babe. So for all of you that are hopefully going to listen to this recording or will be listening to the recording, we want to thank you for your time, first of all. And secondly, we want to have inspired you to take that first step. So to reach out to the person who sent this beautiful recording to you and ask some questions and get on a call with people that are willing to help you with your health in a simple way, because it can be really that easy. So thanks everyone for listening. Thanks, Nat, so much for your beautiful words of wisdom. And we will catch up with everybody soon. Thank you.